Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Hey guys, this is EffectiveKill. Sorry for the cheesy opening, but if you haven't guessed, I'm going to be reviewing the game now. Assassin's Creed Revelations. I finally finished it. It's about 8:30 a.m. in the morning, so I played pretty much overnight to finish it while putting off homework during reading week, so that's lots of fun, but let's get into the review. Let's start with the good things. The story is still pretty good and pretty strong. It's a little downstepped from Brotherhood or Assassin's Creed 2 or probably about that, because Assassin's Creed 1 had a good story, but it's a little above Assassin's Creed 1, but a little below those two. That's one of the good things. The other good thing is the addition of the hook blade. The hook blade makes moving around and combat a lot more fluid and tanking. Also combat. Combat is a lot more fluid, feels a lot more realistic, and it actually works. Like, in previous games, the combat has felt stiff, and there has been times where it feels like you're kind of cheating. In this one, it's spot on perfect. The city is also perfectly made. Looks like that. I would have preferred more differentiation because a lot of the buildings look the same. But it's to be expected when you're trying to make such a vast city, even though the city seemed to be quite smaller than Brotherhood's Rome. Rome seemed to be very large compared to this, but that could just be my opinion. Basically, this one basically takes place right after Brotherhood, where, in a sense, Desmond has been put into a coma type thing, and has been put in the Animus to prevent his mind from basically falling apart. And at this game, you'll basically try to refragment your mind by going through Ezio's memories. And this is the end of Ezio. As they said, this is the end, and the ending of this is very good. I recommend you would play it. Now, getting over some of the good stuff. The enemy differentiation is good. The addition of weapons is good. One bad thing that I'm gonna put in the middle of this is the money-based system and the buying stuff. In the previous games, it was okay to buy the stuff. I thought it was kind of cool, but in this game, it seems like they tacked up the prices of pretty much everything to extremely high levels compared to the earlier game. Brotherhood is the fact that I pretty much did every single player thing you could do in Brotherhood. I got all the feathers. I got all the books, all the weapons. Or wait, did they have bookstores? I bought all the Taylor stuff, everything I bought, and it didn't take me that much time. I pretty much had the time of the entire campaign to do it, and fooling around a little bit with all the feathers and such. But this one, it just seems like they tacked up the prices of everything way too much. So they're basically forcing you. Sorry if it's so late. My roommates are still asleep, so I don't want to wake them. But it seems like it's more tacked on and stupid as a way of extending the campaign. It's something that I really felt that they didn't do that well on. Like, I understand that some of these things have to be expensive, but don't make them so exuberantly expensive that it resorts to us pickpocketing tons of people, or pretty much just sitting around waiting 20 minutes to get our 30 grand or 20 grand just to buy maybe 2 books to run out of that after 2 books. Heck, one book costs almost 30 grand that I saw. That's really stupid design. The another cool addition is this one goes around the basis of following along the path of um, Marcel Polo, I believe. He's the father of Marco Polo, who was in league with Altair, and you're supposed to recover certain artifacts in order to basically find Altair's last secret that was located in a city in the original Assassin Stronghold. That's as much I'm gonna get to with spoilers. Now let's get into the bad. There were several things in this game that I thought they could have done a lot better and were really not needed. The first is the most apparent and the most stupid one is den defense. I thought it was an incredibly stupid thing that they put in that game, and it had no need to be in it. Den defense is basically a tower defense game. That's all it is. When your notoriety goes up to full, basically you're detected by all the Templars, and they launch a large scale attack against one or more of your basic dens. I had one time where they attacked 3 at once, and I didn't know how that was possible. Didn't lose them, but it's just a tacked down and really stupid game, and it's aggravating most of the time, because most of the time you're basically like, oh, I want to do this stuff, or you get judged harshly because you get overrun. Mostly, I like getting the 100 sync stuff. I'm mostly a collectionist. That's why I'm probably never gonna finish Skyrim when you think about it. I pretty much did all I could do in Oblivion, but there were still quests that I was missing. Like, but not getting into Skyrim. The Den Defense is really tacked on, really stupid. They should not have added it in. It was unneeded. Period. It basically feels like they're trying to ride the back of tower defense games, even though they're long since done. That phase of gaming has pretty much gone down. It will come back in, I don't know, maybe 10 years or something when a new one comes out. 5 to 10, but it's not going anywhere. Second was basically the action in this. Well, this game does have a few action points, maybe, I don't know how many, but there's not really that much compared to the other ones. Most of the missions feel pretty boring and repetitive, like it's like getting the artifacts that you need to get to Altair's last secret is okay, I guess, but there are some missions that are basically like, oh, get to this location without being detected. Okay, are you gonna say the same thing for the last other 5 that I've done that are do not be detected, go to one location? Or it's not like basically in the first game where you had to stalk your prey, pay attention where they were, and strike them at the precise point. No, this is basically your prey's right there, and we'll show you how to get to your prey. We'll basically give you a cutscene that'll show you what path you need to take. Like that was the good thing with Brotherhood is it showed you some paths, but it didn't show you the exact path you need to follow to get every fucking um I think it was the armor of Brutus that what you were going for in Brotherhood. But it in this one it just holds your hands a little too much in that. I covered Den Defense, I covered that one. What else was not very good with this? Oh, the third one is the obvious multiplayer. Now I'm all for a game trying to start something new, but multiplayer is just a tacked on feature that's mostly meant for keeping resale value high, keeping it so people keep playing. It's stupid. The belief that this game needs multiplayer is stupid. When you look at games like this game does not need multiplayer, and yet it sells so many copies. The Elder Scrolls Sensei's franchise sells so many copies. Look at other games that are single player based that like don't even need a multiplayer. God of War was a very good series, even though I haven't really played that much of it. I played some of it, but I don't have a PlayStation, so I can't play it. That is a very good series. Heavy Rain was very good with storytelling. I don't know what it is with developers and creators that they feel that they need to add multiplayer so much. If your campaign's good enough and it makes us begging for more, and you have enough stuff in it that we will continue to replay parts of it. Like even you could even put the addition of maybe a branching path, but I don't know how that'd work. Like Skyrim, look at the vast world that it had. Also, the like sorry to skew the review in a thing, but with Skyrim's one disc and has all that entire world loaded. It pretty much loads the entire world of Skyrim and large dungeons at once, and the loading screens are no more than a minute. They've done nothing wrong for me, and cool that the autosaves limits itself to 3. It doesn't make like 100 that the old one did. But getting into that, this is getting into my annoyance with Rage and why I never finished it. It was a boring game, didn't like it, probably gave it a 7 because of bad storytelling. But it 3 discs, 3 discs for that small of world. It was very small. Pretty much, it was another stupid tacked down multiplayer game, which they probably shouldn't have done. Quake work, Doom work, it didn't work. But getting back into the Assassins, pretty much Assassin's Creed was good. The story was good, and it keeps me begging for more. I wonder what they're gonna do with the last one. Hopefully, it will be based around Desmond. It seems like it will be purely Desmond, but I don't know where they'll go from that. While the multiplayer is okay, it seems more as a tacked down feature. It's more the same that it was in the previous game. It's like a Call of Duty thing. Oh, you get new characters and new weapons and a new fighting mode, but yeah, fear this. They also added a prestige thing for the Assassin's Creed. What the fuck? My final score for Assassin's Creed Revelations is a 8 out of 10. The den defense, the boring missions, the tacked on multiplayer, Those are the things that brought this game down. It could have been a great game. Heck, without den defense, I would have probably given it an 8.6. Or, nah, probably an 8.8. I probably would have given it without den defense. The boring missions, without those also, it would have gotten up to a 9.5. But then the multiplayer takes 5.5 points off. Multiplayer, I don't judge that much for these type of games, but for Call of Duty, I'd probably judge that. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this review. I know it is going quite long, but yeah. And thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. Help me get my subscriber count up. See you guys later.